Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are doing Dragon Ball or Dragon Quest 1 and 2, which was originally Dragon Warrior in the US. This one is a remastered, I believe. So we've already touched base on these ones on NES, but I figure we will start a new one, see kind of how it differentiates from the original. Alright. I mean, first and foremost is graphically it does look slightly better. It's not as blocky as the original was. Like I said, because I very much am very attuned with the original. I played the hell out of it with Final Fantasy. One thing I did not like about the Dragon Warriors is having to do this. I like that everything in like most of the other ones, especially like Final Fantasy, was just hit the button and you whatever was there. If it was a person, you talked. If it was a chest, you opened it, and if there was an item or whatever, you searched it. But having to go through like all the effort just to be able to open a door, search things, do this, that, and the other thing. It said we got a magic key, but it's not in our items. That's interesting. So we've got nothing. We do have 120 gold. So we go do stuff. But yeah, it's interesting. Like, it gave us a magic key, but the magic key isn't here. So that's really kind of weird. But you can see the improved graphics. Most everything else is pretty much the same. I mean, it does look dramatically different, even just on the top menu, more than it did on the previous. So we're gonna do a couple battles. We're not gonna do too much because I mean, it may look a little different, but at the end of the day, it is still exactly the same. Normally, I wouldn't bother buying a weapon, and I'd fight some slimes because we had 120 just to get the copper sword. But at this point, I don't really worried about it because we're not going to play too much. So we're just going to get out. I just want to see kind of what combat's like, how much they changed it there. I mean, all in all, fundamentally, and what I mean, it's Dragon Warrior. I mean, they're great games. This one is quite shorter than all the others. It was kind of their first foray into the space. But I think once they did it, they really kept going. It's one of the only RPG IPs at this point that have stayed true to the original. I mean, Final Fantasy, don't get me, like, as much as I'm a component of, you know, trying a few things out and experimenting, which they did, but nowadays I think they're going way past what they used to be, and as an IP, I think it's kind of fallen way short. Whereas Dragon Warrior, even the most recent Dragon Warrior, was still true to form. You know, great game that, you know, stayed completely in its roots, even though it did a lot more stuff. And it's just a great all-around game even to this day. Whereas Final Fantasy has not been the same since 6. And yeah, they tried some stuff out, but they started going more sci-fi, start doing all kinds of, you know, this and that, and, you know, we've got guns and robots and, you know, just all the stuff that I feel like doesn't really belong in an RPG. There's a place for that. It's a whole other genre of RPGs, you know, the sci-fi rather than fantasy. It doesn't belong in fantasy. But anyways, I digress. As you can see, like, I like the different little backgrounds, and, you know, they changed up a few things. Like, as a whole, it's the exact same game. It definitely has a nice little visual overhaul. Like, nothing else has really dramatically changed at all. I think combat has refined a little bit. I think there's little tweaks to it. I mean, we seem to be killing red slimes. I mean, we're fighting red slimes more often than we did previously. It used to be mostly all blue around here. But the fact that we started off with reds is a little different. Nothing major. And killing reds and stuff in a single hit still at level 1. But all in all, I mean, other than visually, other than a little bit of tweaks here and there, some quality of life stuff, it, all in all, is Dragon Warrior in and of itself. I can do without the menu, but that's just my thing for all of the Dragon Warriors. So with that being said, I mean, we'll try out Final Fantasy Dragon Warrior 2 as well, just to see kind of how that got tweaked. And then so we can open the door if we want to, but I think we save it for later. Okay, yeah, you can't do that one. So all in all, great game. I really do like the aesthetics of this. I mean, it's just more appealing. I just feel like this actually is a lot more vibrant, a lot more playful. I mean, we've got 16 rather than 8 bits, you know, so we've got a much higher color palette than we did on NES. NES was a lot more basic in colors, where, you know, SNES had a wide range of colors, more so than the others. So it always makes everything look better when it's not more of a amorphous blob and you can actually see detail. Even though we're still working on 8-bit everything, but just upscaling, so to speak, just does wonders, you know? So with that being said, I think we're going to cut this one a little short. I apologize, but I mean, we've already did the playthrough on this, not necessarily a full playthrough, but a good amount of Dragon Warrior and Dragon Warrior 2. So other than checking out just a little bit of the nuances and differences that we see, we'll probably breeze through these and get into the next one. So with that being said, guys, thanks a lot. Till next time, have a good one.